what's your occupation? Or at least a part of the coconuts for first.
Okay. I'm Miss Sapio. The coconuts call me Coach Spaz. And I'm the non-technical mentor for the coconuts.
I came onto the team before my freshman year. I saw the coconuts at a STEM night, and they were throwing this giant ball around with their robot, and it was a really cool thing to see. And I thought that I wanted to be with the team from that point on.
So Miss Sapio is my physics teacher. I'm a freshman, and she said, "You know what? I think you'd be good at robotics." And I was like, "Oh, why not? Why not? Let's just give it a shot." And I didn't really click with anything at first, and then I found that I really enjoyed photography and working on chairmans with the rest of the team and doing video for the team. So I kind of found my niche there, and I stayed because of people.
So my brother has been asking me for 4 years to join the coconuts, and then finally I joined them after participating in a volunteering event.
I ran into the coconuts right before 4th grade at the county fair, and I wanted to join them ever since.
Colin, he came up and asked me, keeps on asking me to join the coconuts team, and so this year I did, and then plus I knew I was kind of different from the others, I guess.
I joined the coconuts because of the robots. My physics teacher said, "Hey, you might be good at this," and I was like, "Okay, I'll join robots. Robots sound fun." But I stayed because of the culture that our team in particular fosters, really the energy of a robotics event.
And so I had just finished my first year of teaching here at Coconino High School, and my mentor for my student teaching, Mr. Thompson, got an email from Ann Kirkpatrick, who was our state representative at the time. And it was basically saying, "Hey, how come you guys don't have a first team at Coconino High School?" And so he wandered into my classroom one afternoon and said, "Hey, Christine, I'm going to go check out this robot thing. You want to go?" And that's how we found out about FIRST. We went down to kickoff, and we found out what everything was, what FIRST was, and we had all these teams coming up to us and be like, "Hey, you should start a team. This is incredible." And we started a team the following fall. And that year they qualified for their first world championship.
I actually started on our award presentation team, but then decided that wasn't really the place that I wanted to be. So then I joined Build Team, and pretty immediately I kind of gravitated towards the Drive Team, and that's where I wanted to be. So during weekends and extra practices and stuff, I would go in with Noah under the stadium, and he taught me how to drive a robot basically. So he's been kind of training me up and everything for when he leaves to kind of step into his shoes and fill some of the roles that he does.
I went into Coconuts not wanting to be an engineer. I joined Coconuts because a few friends had mentioned that I could write, and that was something that was engaging to me at the time.
I thought it was incredible because that was kind of we had done a competition before that. I believe it was AZ North, but going to that and seeing us rank second was crazy because we were going up against some really incredible robots that were all very capable, and it was awesome to see us be able to get that high.
Well, it was really exciting because the Coconuts have never made it that far before. In the 15-year history of the team, this has been the most competitive season that they have ever had, that we have ever had. And being part of that build process and being part of the Drive Team, and I feel a slight responsibility towards that. It is just really exciting.
Yeah, I was really excited just being able to work with all the other incredible teams there. There was it was really fun being able to, particularly when you're at the top of the ranking list, being able to make all those partnerships and strategic moves with the other people towards the top. So partnering with teams from Hawaii, from Idaho, working our strategy in order to, perform the best we could was really fun and exciting.
Yeah, so it's definitely, so the night before, so like all the finals matches happen on one day, and the night before we were up super late doing what's called like scouting. It's just like basically like data analysis and trying to pick, like, if we're in a position of picking our alliance, who do we want, who's going to be the best, who's going to have what we need to win, basically is what we're thinking of. So we had kind of like this basic list, but there's still some qualification matches that you play on the day of the finals, so there's still a chance for rankings to dramatically change. We could go way up, or we could go way down, or we could stay exactly where we were. So it put us in kind of an awkward position of having to like account for if we went up and if we went down, and if we're in the position of picking, who do we choose, because that can decide a game. So
What was your reaction when you and the team won the chairman's award? Like, a lot of emotions were going back and forth. I know that for sure. Hugging, crying.
Oh yeah, I burst into tears as they started reading that last sentence. I did. I just started bawling. So many hugs and everything. It means a lot because there's so much hard work and dedication that goes into not the award, but into the mission that the Coconuts have and everything, and really being able to provide these opportunities for others and really being able to support other teams and things. And their heart and soul is in this every second of every day, and they love what they do, and they're so passionate about it. So to be able to kind of see that pay off was life-changing. It really was. It was so neat to be able to share that experience with these kids, because they'd won chairmans in 2020 and 2021, but because it was remote, in 2020 we weren't even allowed to be together to have that moment together. We had to get on a phone call after it was announced and everything and be like, how you guys feeling? And in 2021 it was just the team. We couldn't have any parents, we couldn't have any friends, we couldn't have anybody there to be able to share that with them. So to be able to have that moment in a big stadium with the other teams there, and be able to see our video that we put together and everything, and be able to share that and have that time together as a team was priceless.
At Utah, it was, I didn't feel quite as confident when we came out of the judging room. I was like, we did it. Was it our best? Maybe not, but it was good nonetheless. And really, I was in a moment of disbelief when we received the award. I was a little shocked. It was a good feeling when they said our name.
Seeing that work being valued was an incredible feeling. So, it was a rush of adrenaline, to be sure. And I looked over and I started hugging Oscar, because the two of us have been through some of the highest highs and lowest lows because of chairmans, and we've worked tremendously hard on it.
The next generation of Coconuts that will be coming in next year and years to come.
I want to give them inspiration to do well, and I want to give them the tools to do it. So part of my goal this year was to mentor the freshmen. Although I was a student on the team, I kind of took a step back to teach them everything I know.
So honestly, I'm a little nervous because I only had 1 year on the Coconuts in kind of like the technical fields, because when I did like middle school and elementary school, I was a lot like non-technical type work. So I only pretty much had 1 year of technical work and 1 year of drive team. So it's kind of daunting to have to fill in the shoes that the seniors have laid, and their entire class has done a lot of good work. Even outside of the robot, they've done a lot of work in the community. So I think we're all definitely a little nervous to try and take their place and to continue what they've started, but they've trained us well, and I hope that we can continue what they've started and keep it going for a long time.
And what do you want to say to future Coconuts or people who would want to join the team?
It doesn't matter what the thing is, just take risks. You never know what the outcome might be. 2, there is a place for you on this team no matter what, whether that being presenting, writing, graphic design, sticker making, button making, or the technical stuff like building, programming, designing. There's a place for you no matter what. And 3, to stay genuine and happy?
It's the most difficult fun you'll ever have. If you join Coconuts, you have to know that you're gonna change. And it's not for better or worse anything. I would always say it's for the better. But a lot of people see change as scary or drastic. It doesn't have to be. A lot of people change in small, minute ways just by, a small diction thing because we always say something a certain way. Or they think of a problem a slightly different way. Some people have a lot more drastic changes, like wanting to change their major entirely, or having the drive to want to go to college. But Coconuts gives people the opportunity to further themselves. I feel like I've been given the tools for success because I participated in an activity that taught me how to use those.
Couple of things. One is that there's a place for everyone on the Coconuts. It doesn't matter if you have any past experience doing any kind of robotics or doing any kind of engineering or coding or anything like that. We will teach you everything you need to know. And no matter what your interest is, we can find a place for you on this team. We really can. So having the chance to kind of explore your interests and maybe find some new interests that you didn't know you had and find your passion, that's what we're really good at. We're also really good at helping students grow. Pushing your comfort zone, pushing those boundaries, pushing those barriers that you think maybe you have, and actually being able to overcome those. We're really, really good at that. And the other thing is, this is a club where you get out of it 10 times what you put into it. So putting in the time, it is a lot of time, it's a lot of effort, but we also have a lot of fun. And the benefits and the payoffs are just astronomical. So it's well worth the time, it's well worth the energy.